Welcome back to the channel. I'm Michael Studebaker, and today we'll be going over my list of 10 recession-proof stocks to help you on your way to become a millionaire. This list will mainly be dividend stocks and a few growth stocks. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell if you want to see more content on personal finance. Now let's get straight into it. In the face of stock market crashes and recessions, these top 10 stocks have outperformed the majority of the stock market. They still pay their shareholders money and consistently make millionaires over the long term. I'm pretty sure everyone is thinking, which stock should I buy? That's a common question, especially in a recession, and it's difficult to find an investment that not only protects our money, but also grows it safely. This is especially important when you're investing as a beginner in the stock market because you need to learn how to emotionally navigate being an investor, especially in tough times. The first one we have is Procter & Gamble. If you look through dividend aristocrat Procter & Gamble's brand directory, you'll see that many of its products aren't going to lose sales momentum during a recession. They're products we use every day, ranging from Oral-B toothbrushes, Ivory soap, Crest toothpaste, Head & Shoulders shampoo, etc. As people stay home during the coronavirus, when they do go out to the grocery store and pharmacy, most likely they'll be buying numerous Procter & Gamble products. Procter & Gamble further instilled confidence in stating in mid-April of 2020 that it would hike its dividend for the 64th consecutive year, dealing out a 6% increase. At a time when some companies are announcing dividend cuts or suspensions, you can count on Procter & Gamble's 2.6% yield. McDonald's. Every business that lives through a recession tends to survive through innovation and perseverance. In the case of McDonald's, which is so big that it likely doesn't fear much, we're likely to see a few new tricks out of a company that has always been well ahead of the curve. McDonald's opened almost 600 stores in 2008. Further, its 2008 sales were higher than both 2006 and 2007. Between December 2007 and June 2009, McDonald's stock delivered a total return of 2.5%, considerably higher than the 35% loss in the S&P 500. Slate contributor Daniel Gross wrote in August 2009, McDonald's is so cheap, efficient, pervasive, and convenient that it was a viable alternative to casual restaurants like Ruby Tuesday and to cooking at home. Investors like diners angled towards McDonald's and away from Ruby Tuesday during the recession. Lowe's Company. The formula for revenue growth in retail is expanding your store count and increasing comparable sales growth. Although comparable sales declined 7.2% in fiscal 2008, home improvement retailer Lowe's was investing in growing its store base, which allowed it to only see a revenue decline by 0.1%. In 2020, Lowe's benefited from a surge in demand for do-it-yourself home repairs as millions transitioned to staying in or working from home. Revenue rose 23.5% in the first 9 months of fiscal 2020. As online sales boomed, last quarter, Lowes.com sales surged 106%. Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is up more than 10% over the past year. That's typical for the company, which makes up in steadiness what it lacks in growth. This dividend aristocrat has increased its dividend for 58 consecutive years and boasts 37 consecutive years of adjusting operating earnings growth, including 2% through the first 9 months of this year. Johnson & Johnson's dividend yield is currently 2.52%. From February 12th to March 12th of last year, its stock dropped by 20.3%, much better than the S&P drop of 26.6%. And that's not an anomaly. During the 2008 and 2010 recession, a Johnson & Johnson investor would have still made 3% annually over that time, which was a very down period for the market. Johnson & Johnson is a huge company, and its three segments give it built-in diversity of revenue. Because the COVID-19 pandemic led to fewer office visits and elective procedures, the company's medical devices segment posted a year-over-year revenue decline of 15.3% through 9 months. But the pharmaceutical segment is up 5.2%, and consumer health is up 1% over the same period. Apple. Apple's sales growth can't be characterized above average, but it is consistent. During fiscal 2020, Apple grew its total net sales 6% from fiscal 2019. The company also posted net sales increases every quarter of fiscal 2020, 9% in the first quarter, 1% in the second quarter, 11% in the third quarter, and 1% in the fourth quarter. Apple's dividend yield is admittedly less than that of the average stock on the S&P 500. But in a day and age where companies have had to cut or suspend dividends altogether, Apple's history of faithfully paying and increasing its dividend is worth its weight in gold. The continued high demand for Apple's products also makes it a force to be reckoned with, and a worthy addition to your investment portfolio for 2021 and beyond. Verizon. When a recession hits, most consumers still feel the need to maintain phone and online services. That's one reason Verizon is a solid recession-proof stock. The company adapted quickly to the pandemic. It possesses the funds to continue pushing the rollout of its 5G wireless network. Verizon even raised its capital expenditures by $500 million to accelerate the rollout and enhance its existing network to support increased demand. The advent of 5G technology means more devices can connect online with greater speeds, facilitating the Internet of Things, allowing items from household appliances to cars to become Internet-enabled. These technologies create opportunities for Verizon over the next several years, including increased equipment sale and the ability to provide new services such as home internet. Combine this with the demand for its telecommunications capability, even during the economic downturns, and Verizon can deliver stability to an investment portfolio during uncertain times. Microsoft. Finding a recession-resistant company starts with the strengths of its offerings. Because Microsoft delivers compelling products to both business-to-business and consumer markets, the tech giant is well positioned to weather an economic downturn. Microsoft's Windows and Office products are ubiquitous, but that's just one of its strengths. The rise of cloud computing created recession-proof revenue streams for Microsoft because its cloud services and IT products are now the IT backbone for many businesses. The company has also transitioned many of its products to a software-as-a-service subscription model. This delivers recurring revenue, providing a steady income stream even during a recession. But that's not all. Microsoft's Xbox saw a 2% year-over-year revenue increase in the third quarter of fiscal 2020. Its next-generation platform arrived last fall of 2020, and which launched a new gaming cycle that should add years of revenue growth as customers upgrade. Costco. Shoppers showed what really matters to them during the pandemic, and Costco again demonstrated that it's a master at recession-proof shopping. In one sense, Costco's shopping model of bulk quantities and membership fees is a total gimmick that competitors can possibly emulate. However, its pared-down warehouses and pallet displays are a no gimmick. Put differently, Costco has a shopper-centric shopping model that has proven time and time again to be a magnet for American customers, something difficult to replicate and has built a moat around its business. Fees are an important part of the business, accounting for about a fifth of total sales. Membership retention rate is typically around 90%, which is a lot. The company opened 8 new stores in quarter 1 of 2020 to make 803 total, and plans to open 20 to 22 each year. Costco stock gained 85% over the past 3 years and pays a dividend that yields 0.79%. It also pays a special dividend on occasion, including $10 in November 2020. Genuine parts. Of course, there are plenty of other non-cyclical businesses, so why should we invest in this stock? The answer lies in Genuine Parts stock rock-solid dividend policy. Genuine Parts Company is a dividend king, a business with at least 50 consecutive years of annual dividend increases. In fact, the business is overqualified for that title, since it has raised its payout to shareholders in each of the last 62 years. Just think about that for a second. During the past 62 years, our economy has gone through multiple recessions, but in every one of those years, Genuine Parts Company investors earn bigger dividend checks than before. This is why I think this is a good investment that you should consider in your portfolio. Target. Target has an impressive track record of beating the wider market in both 2008 and 2020. In fact, Target's performance over the past year has been far more impressive as a multi-year strategy of investing heavily in online sales started reaping major rewards. In the first 3 quarters of 2020, Target's comparable sales rose 10.8%, 24.3%, and 20.7%, respectively. Those are absolutely crazy results, virtually unheard of for a big box store of Target size. And the second quarter comp growth of more than 24% was the highest in company history. In the third quarter of 2020, digital comparable sales surged 155% year over year, accounting for more than half of comparable sales growth. Now, this is my personal list of recession-proof stocks that I think have a very good chance of surviving and even doing well during a recession that I've invested in personally. You don't have to follow this list. I actually recommend you guys do your own research and then decide for yourselves which stocks you want to invest in. My email is there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful. If you did, please subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell if you want to see more content on personal finance. I hope this list of recession-proof stocks will give you an idea of what to look for when researching stocks to invest in and my reasoning for choosing them. Remember, consistency is key. Hard work pays off. Thank you guys. I'm Michael, and I'll see you guys in the next video.